All right, so welcome. It is January 5th at 10:53 a.m. Fucking hope my dad doesn't see this because I'm wearing his sunglasses. He gave me these fucking sunglasses. They're like fucking $200. He couldn't stop talking about how they were $200 and I'm handing them down to you and all this shit. And immediately after he gave them to me, I just fucking folded them up and put him in my fucking cup holder and started fucking cleaning them with my fucking shirt. And he's like, you can't be doing that. They're goddamn glass, dude. So today's podcast is brought to you by my dad's fucking sunglasses and blue microphone. As a matter of fact, this microphone don't even fucking work. Microphone doesn't even work. It's a prop. It's not attached to anything. Had to get the adapter today, so it's not going to be like this forever. Soon, this is going to be brought to you by an actual microphone. If you haven't done so already, like, subscribe, follow. We're on our way to 1 million subscribers. Got my autographed Chris Chelios thing in the background, and I got another badass one, Lynn Baez or something. So, alright. Like, subscribe, follow. Thanks for joining. Brought to you by Attainable Dreams, group facilitation organization that goes around the nation, does recovery education and life coaching. So check them out. You can follow them. You can reach out to them at attainabledreamsllc@gmail.com. If you know someone with addiction, if you do struggle with addiction, you don't have to do it alone. You're not alone. So make sure there is help available. Call us today. We can get you the help. Let's start off by saying I'm not a doctor. I'm not anything like that, all right? I am a counselor. I am a school teacher. Used to be a school teacher. So I'm a teacher. I'm a counselor. And I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist. So don't fucking take my advice. I'm just a guy who used to do heroin and happened to figure out how to not. So I'm trying to help other people not. All right. Well, we're fucking 2 minutes into it already. If you haven't read the Just for Today already, it is recovery at home. What do I think about when I hear recovery at home? I think about fucking COVID. How many people did not actually recover at home because of COVID? Do you have any idea how many people fucking OD'd this year over? Oh, god damn. You know what? They're probably going to flag my video now because I mentioned that. So whatever. God damn. I'm not even going to talk about it. But some people suck at recovering at home. Some people suck at actually getting fucking sober at home, knowing how to recover at home, okay? Some people just think recovery at home is like, talking about the things that they're doing for their recovery outside of their home, or taking the recovery outside of the home and incorporating it into their home. Some people, whatever. We're going to get into it right now. Let's get into it. We can enjoy, listen up. We can enjoy our families in a new way and may become a credit to them instead of an embarrassment or a burden. So we can enjoy our families, okay? Our families live at home. Our families are where the home is in a new way and may become a credit to them, like a benefit, something good to help them instead of an embarrassment or a burden. In active addiction, all we are is an embarrassment or a burden. It's horrible. We're just this person who lives on your couch and eats all your food and takes everything. What the hell? Yeah, it's a burden. Or we're just this person who goes around and robs everybody. Hey, so-and-so stole from me. It's like, god damn it. We're embarrassed by the behavior of the person who's been addicted. So we're hoping that if we get in recovery, we can become a credit. We can become like a benefit to the family. Okay, so we're doing great in recovery, aren't we? Aren't we doing great in recovery? We go to meetings every day. We spend every evening with our friends in the fellowship. And every weekend, we dash off to a service workshop. Wow. But if things are falling to pieces at home, we aren't doing so great after all. So here we go. You got a person who's actually, they are doing good for their recovery, right? They're going to their meetings. Maybe they have a treatment plan. And it doesn't need to be addiction. This can be anybody, like exercise, being on your phone, okay? Cigarette smoking, vaping, gambling, eating. It doesn't matter what it is, okay? Maybe you changed it and you're doing good. You're a different person. You don't get high anymore. Now I go to meetings. You know what I mean? And then after the meetings, babe, they're always like, hey, everybody goes out for coffee. Everybody goes and gets pancakes and shit like that. So of course I go, right? So we start going with the friends and the fellowship. On the weekend, they're having this really cool NA party. You should come, babe. You should go. Oh, you're not going to come? Well, I have to go. I have to go because of my recovery. And things just start falling apart at home. This person's doing what they're supposed to do, but they're not taking care of the stuff at home, right? And things are going to get tough. I'm telling you this. This is just the type of shit that I see all the time. They start putting their recovery first, and then they neglect other responsibilities. Okay. They're just not, if you're not doing the stuff at home, you're gonna have a tough time, okay? Like, not only do you have to handle the responsibilities of recovery, like, you have to put your recovery first, but recovery's not all you have to put there, okay, motherfucker? You also have to put if you're a parent, your spouse, you have to put your parents, your spouses, your children, your siblings, your in-laws, whatever other responsibilities you have, okay? Your career, anything like that, that has to be below your recovery, but not on your list. Yeah, recovery has to be first, but not first and only, just fucking first. Then you have other things that you got to take care of. We expect our families to understand. I expect my family to understand this. That's not good. Understand what, motherfucker? Understand recovery? You want them to understand that you got to go to 90 days, get a sponsor, do this, do that. You want them to understand that? You want them to understand what recovery is actually like? You want them to understand what addiction's fucking like? They don't understand that shit, but we expect them to because we've been doing it. Holy shit, what do you expect them to know that it's not easy? You expect them to know that it's not... You expect them to understand that this isn't easy? It's not easy for me to go to 90 days. They're like, I don't give a fuck. Some people are like, now, some people have support, and that's great, dude. But, if you have responsibilities, people are going to give a fuck that you need to get sober and take care of your responsibilities. Not just get sober and fucking fuck off. And you think they understand? You expect them to understand what it's like to be sober. They don't understand what it's like to be sober because maybe they don't even want to be sober. Maybe they don't even like being sober. Or maybe they don't need you to explain what being sober fucking feels like to them. But we expect them to understand. After all, we're not using drugs anymore. I'm not using drugs anymore. You should be happy about that. Listen here. Why don't they recognize our progress? Like, I haven't used drugs in 90 days, babe. You don't get that? You should have never used drugs in the fucking first place, dude. Like, what? Oh my God. I'm a person in long-term recovery. I have been in recovery for over 6.5 years, so I'm not just saying this to be mean. I'm saying this because I fucking know what happens, dude. These are just realistic things that may happen. Don't they understand how important our meetings, our service, and our involvement with the fellowship are? Don't they understand these things? No, they don't. They don't understand what that's like. And it sucks, bro. But that's a reality that you got to come to grips with. Yeah, they don't understand. And that sucks, but that's okay. You can still do the things you need to do, but you also need to manage your recovery. So you got to get real creative about your recovery. What can my recovery look like? What are the possibilities? These are things that you got to start to brainstorm. It's not important to them, dude. It's just not, Most of the families want their home. They want to be at home. They want you at home. They don't want their fucking partner out at meetings. and shit like that. They want you home taking care of the family and doing shit like that. Your boss don't want you at meetings. He wants you at work. God damn it. And most of us actually can't even handle the responsibilities. So we just push it off. And we actually avoid the responsibility with this new responsibility. So people, instead of, they were getting high to avoid, family, we'll say, right? It's just family so overwhelming. So getting high allows me to not be overwhelmed and handle my family, right? So now they're not getting high, but they're avoiding their family by going to these fucking meetings or going to the gym, we'll say, right? Going to the gym. So someone is obsessed about losing weight and they go to the gym. And now they got family at home and they're like, bro, I have to go to the gym for 3 hours just so that I can, be here and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, dude. First off, if you want to go to the gym, sure, you can go to the gym for an hour, but you don't got to be there for fucking 3 hours. It's and at this point, it's like you can't even go. Maybe you injured yourself or whatever the case may be. It's like, dude, come on. They don't understand it, man. They don't understand how important it is to you. They don't. And that's okay. It can still be important to you. And they don't have to understand it. But just don't fucking bring it up and don't let it get in the way of that relationship. Do it on your time. And you should be taking time out of your day to handle your addiction. Our families will not appreciate the change NA is working. Listen here. Our families will not appreciate the change NA is working in our lives unless we show them. So the only way that they're going to appreciate the change and work in our lives, if we show them the change, okay? If we rush off to a meeting the same way we rushed off to use drugs, what's changed? That's just what I was saying. What's the fucking change then? If we continue to ignore the needs and desires of our partners, if we continue to ignore the needs and desires of our partners and children, failing to accept our responsibilities at home, we aren't practicing these principles in all our affairs. Okay, so you need to ask yourself, what is your role and what is your responsibility? Are you a parent? Are you a son, a brother, a daughter, husband, fucking wife, child, fucking, I don't even know. I just mentioned a lot of male things, but what are you, dude? What are you in these things and what are your responsibilities? Like, do you have to take out the trash? Do you have to do the dishes? Do you have to cook? Do you have to clean? Do you have to put the kid to bed? Do you have to wake the kid up? Do you got to drop the kid off to daycare? Like, what are your responsibilities from your role in that relationship? And that's whether it's in the family, in a fucking job, whatever the case may be. Those are questions that you have to ask yourself. Now, if you continue to ignore the needs and desires of partners and children, so this is specifically families that we've created, they're talking about, right? So this is for the working man or woman or whatever who's been about their recovery, probably going to work, going to meetings, and trying to do the family thing, and they're putting their meetings and everything like that above their family. And it's not necessarily above it. It's just they're not doing it in a way where it's also allowing them to get the things that they need. So partners need a partner. So a wife needs a husband to help cook, clean, do all these things. If there's one person doing all these things and the other's not, it gets overwhelming, it gets frustrated, it causes issues in relationships. And that's just not with recovery, dude, or addiction. That's with anything, bro. Now, if you're failing to do the responsibilities or the need, which are the needs and desires. So not only what you need, but what they desire. It sounds like we're taking our will back, okay? That's what self-will is, kind of ignoring those wishes and orders of others, okay? And going with what we want to do. Now, if we're failing to accept those responsibilities, like you're a parent, okay? You are a husband or a wife. You are this, you are that. And these people need you in their life, and they also want you in their life. Not at some meeting, Not at some fucking diner eating pancakes after the meeting. They want you in their fucking life, dude. They want you to show us that you're recovering at home. How am I supposed to know you're actually a new person recovering when you're out there doing that and you're not at home showing me? You're not practicing the principles in all your affairs. You're not being honest. You're not being open-minded. You're not being willing to stay and help out, dude. All right, listen here. We must live the program everywhere we go, in everything we do. If we want the spiritual life, to be more than a theory, we have to live it at home. So you're going to have to sit down and be honest with your spouse and listen to them in the same way you sacrifice for your recovery. You're just going to have to get a little bit more creative. You know, some days I don't go to the gym and I just take my kid for a walk, dude. You know, you don't have to recover, like go to a meeting. You could stay at home and listen to a speaker tape while you're cooking dinner. You're there cooking dinner for the family, with the family. These are some recovery tips at home. And we're going to get into some of these at the end. When you do this, the people we share our lives with are sure to notice the change and be grateful that we found NA. Just for today, I will take recovery home with me. So how can I practice recovery at home and still be a parent or a partner or a family member, whatever the case may be, okay? Well, let's go ahead and say to yourself, you know, let's say you're a parent, okay? And I can't go to a meeting at 7 p.m. every fucking night. You know what I mean? All right, well, let's compromise. I understand that. I understand that. When can I go to a meeting? Let's say if you can go to an in-person meeting 2 days a week, fucking dope. Get that. You know what I mean? But you still got to get those meetings in. You still want to get that education in. So how can you do that? You can go to YouTube, go to speaker tapes, go to Spotify. Go to YouTube, Spotify, NA apps, stuff like that. They have speaker tapes available online that you can listen to. And you can listen to that while you're chopping up food and your onions and shit like that, whatever the case may be. And then you're able to recover. You know what I mean? You could be doing this early on in the day. You don't have to wait until the end of the day. You could be listening to this on your commute, getting it out of the way so you don't need to fucking do it and wait for it at night, right? And then you show that recovery at home. So them seeing that you're listening to a speaker tape. Hey, babe, I'm going to cook dinner. I'm just going to listen to my speaker tape. You know what I mean? Oh, fucking, yeah, sure, whatever. As long as you're here, that's all that fucking matters. And you're not like out there cooking for fucking everybody else, you know? And then kids go to bed. So when the kids go to bed, you could do that. If you have step work you got to do, wait till everybody goes to bed. Do the step work. You know, you don't have to get the whole thing done in a day. You can answer a couple questions. If you want to journal, you could journal. You know what I mean? If you want to, your recovery can be being at home. Bro, it doesn't need to be incorporating recovery into these things. It could be just fucking being sober at home. Just being fucking present and not nodding out on the couch. Being able to watch the fucking movie with the family. Being able to fucking eat popcorn and not have to get up to sniff a line in the fucking bathroom or some shit. Like, just being sober at home is enough to practice recovery at home. The only thing you can't do to recover, the only thing that is going to fuck up your recovery is getting high. So anything you're doing sober is recovery. Okay, so plain and simple. I gave you ways to improve your recovery by reading. You could read some literature, you could journal, write, you could fucking listen to a speaker tape, whatever you want to do. Those are 3 really quick ways that you can incorporate recovery at home. But if you just want to practice recovery at home, just stay sober. Just don't get fucking high, okay? Now, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, follow on this video. Comment below. What do you want me to go deeper on? What do you want to know? What helps you with your recovery? This video is brought to you by Attainable Dreams. I hope you have a great rest of your day, a great evening, and take care, folks.